Hello, in this video we're gonna keep sculpting our character, and in this time we're gonna be sculpting the arms and the legs including the feet. So let's get started. This is the same file from the last video, and I'm gonna be starting by smoothing the arms. I want this transition to be a bit more smooth, and then we're gonna be adjusting it according to the reference. So I'm gonna be smoothing all of this using this little option here, smooth, and also make sure to enable this little option here, so everything that we do here will be happening on the other side too. So I'm gonna be smoothing it. I'm gonna just increase the strength a little bit, and I'm gonna be smoothing the whole arm, especially the transition in the elbows like this. The armpit is kind of okay because we fixed it in the last video when we were sculpting the torso. And I think this is kind of enough for now. I'm gonna be seeing from the top view. I'm gonna press T and bring this little part here a bit, just a bit like this. And now we're gonna be adjusting it according to the model sheet. In this case, we have to just do this little detail around here until it looks similar to the model sheet. This other little detail here too, and this one. And here for the wrist. We're not gonna be making the hands in this video because we're gonna be making the hands in the next video. We have to have a bit more of attention just for the hands. So I want to do it in a separated video. I'm gonna make sure this covers the whole model sheet like this. And I think this is looking good. Now I'm just gonna be making a few details using the crease around the areas of the elbow. And once again, I'm doing this based on my art style. If your style is a bit different, you have to do it based on your style and based on your model sheet. So I'm gonna be sculpting the details of the muscles here. He's not too buff, but he has a bit of muscles. So I'm gonna be sculpting it. And that is why I said it's important to know basic human anatomy at the beginning of the series, because we have to know where are the muscles and where are the details that we have to do so it doesn't look weird. I'm gonna be smoothing it like this. And I'm just gonna be making this little part here in the elbow a bit more thick like this. I'm gonna be smoothing this other area here too. And I'm gonna be creating a little bump in this area right here using this option, clay strips, just like I did with the chest. So I'm gonna be creating a little bump around here like this, and I think I can increase this size just a bit like this, and I'm gonna be smoothing it to get a nice transition like this. Yeah, it looks good. Once again, I'm gonna be fixing it according to the model sheet. And basically the arm is finished. I am not going to make too many details in the arms. For example, my character doesn't have veins showing up like this, so it's not gonna be necessary. But let's say that you have a buff character that his muscles is full of veins like this. You will have to do it using this little option here, inflate, and basically create the veins. But if you're going to do this, I recommend you to do it without the symmetry enabled, because we don't want this to look similar in both sides like this. You see, if I were to make some veins in this character, I would make different and separate it. Like in this side, it would look like this, and this other side would be different like this. Just an example. But that is not the case. I'm not gonna be worrying about it. And now I think we can start making the legs. It's gonna be the same process of the arms plus the feet. So I'm gonna start by smoothing the transitions, like in the knees from the front, side, and back view. Like this. And now we have to do the same thing as we did with the arms. We have to adjust it according to the model sheet, like this, around here, here. And I'm not sure if the side is too thick, so I have to see it. I think it is just a bit, so Gotta bring it a bit like this, and this other side too. And now for this part of the leg, I have to bring this a bit to the front like this, and then this other part like this, until it matches with the model sheet. It's the same process as we did with the arm. So I think it is looking good now, and I'm gonna start by making the knees. Like, I'm gonna do the same thing as I did with the elbows. So I'm gonna be creating a little bump here in the knees using that tool, using this tool, clay strips, and I'm gonna be doing something similar to this. And then I'm gonna be creating a soft transition from the legs to the knees, like this. I usually draw knees like this, like it's my art style. So again, you have to do it according to your model sheet. I have to bring this a bit down until it matches with the model sheet. And I'm gonna be doing the same thing on the back, but this time it is creating some little holes, just a little hole like this. And I have to make it a bit more smooth. And in the middle, I'm gonna be creating a little detail, which is gonna be something like this. And again, create a nice transition. So this is the back part of our knees. And I'm just gonna make this a bit more smooth and have a nice transition. Same thing on both sides. And yeah, I think it is looking good. This is the back part of our knees, and this is the front part. I think it is looking good now. And now in the back parts, I'm gonna be creating a little detail here for the muscle of the calf. I'm gonna be using clay strips once again, and I'm gonna do the same thing as we did in the chest. Gonna create a bump, and then we're gonna be smoothing it. And then I'll see from the side view and adjust it according to the model sheet like this. This back part as well, like this. And I'm gonna be creating a little detail in between them. You don't need to do it. It's just a little detail that I want to do in my model, so you can feel free to do it or not, according to your style and to the anatomy of your character. So I'm just gonna do it real quick, and I'm gonna be back in a few minutes. And I think it's looking good. I'm not gonna be making too many details because he's gonna be wearing a pants, and this is not even gonna appear in the final model, so it doesn't matter at all. I just want to do a little detail so it looks good like this, and I just gotta make some stuff here a bit more smooth, like around here and here. So now we can start making our feet. Probably it's gonna be the most hard part, but it also may be easy because we're not gonna be making the toes. We're not gonna be needing the toes, so I'm not gonna be making them. So as you can see, I am smoothing the whole feet until I have a nice round feet, similar to a real feet in real life, because I am not in Minecraft to have a square feet. So I'm gonna be smoothing it and creating a foot shape. And I'm gonna be also smoothing this little transition here until it looks nice. And it is basically this. We're gonna just be smoothing and adjusting the shape as we have done in the whole body. I'm gonna be creating a little detail down here like this. I'm gonna bring this up like this. And bring it a bit inside too. And now from the bottom view, I'm gonna be adjusting this until I get a shape similar to a foot in a way that it doesn't look weird. And now we have to adjust it according to the model sheet, but we have to have a balance between looking good and being according to the model sheet. So I'm gonna be bringing the ankle a bit to the sides like this. And then the same thing from the side view, like this. Adjust the feet like this as well. Same thing from the front view. And I think this is looking good. If there's any problem, like if the bottom of the feet is not completely flat, we can adjust this in the topology, so it's not gonna be a big deal. And I'm just gonna be making a little detail just like I did with the elbow. I'm gonna be creating a little bump for the ankle around here. And then I'm gonna be smoothing the transition like this. And then I'm just gonna be adjusting by bringing it like this. And I'm just gonna be smoothing the whole feet once again to have a nice shape, like around here and here. Also this part here. And I think this is it. We have the feet of our character, we have the legs, we have the arms, and in the next video we're gonna be making the hands. So we're gonna be finished with the sculpting, and then we're gonna start making the topology of our character. So I think this is it. And that is all for this video. We sculpted the arms, the legs, and the feet. This is the final result. I hope that you got something similar from this. And in the next video, we're gonna be sculpting the hands from scratch to finished. So make sure to subscribe so you're not gonna be missing this video. And also like this video. If you have any doubts, you can comment down here. I'm gonna try to answer you all. And that is it. Thanks for watching, and I see you in the next video. Bye.